Welcome to the 2020 LDSPMA Praiseworthy Awards ceremony. I'm Amanda Dixon. I am the co-host of Utah's Morning News on KSL News Radio, and I am honored to be your MC this afternoon. LDSPMA started the Praiseworthy Awards in 2016 as a way to recognize and encourage excellence in publication and media being produced by members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That first year of the contest, we received only 10 entries. This year, we're excited to say that we've received an amazing 94 entries. So we're growing, and we hope to continue to grow. One thing that sets the Praiseworthy Awards apart from other literary and media contests is that we honor the entire team that brings a project to fruition. We recognize that there is a lot going on behind the scenes of publication and media production that the public never sees, but that makes a significant contribution to the quality of the final product. So please join me in honoring this year's Praiseworthy Award-winning teams. All publications and media entries for this year's awards were published or released during 2019. Each winner will receive a certificate and a digital badge they can post on their website and social media. We'll begin with fiction text publications, the picture book category. Nominees for this category include At the Stroke of Good Night, Charlie's Long Journey, The Christmas Doll, The Day Punctuation Came to Town, The Gifts of the Animals, The Selfish Giant, Smarter Than a Monster, a Survival Guide, and Why Evergreens Keep Their Leaves. And the Praiseworthy Award goes to At the Stroke of Good Night, written and illustrated by Clay Rice and published by Familius. Members of the publication team include Brooke Jordan, editor, David Miles, cover design, Derek George, interior design, and Kate Farrell, publicist. Congratulations. We received several fine entries for our next category, middle grade and young adult fiction. A Monster Like Me, Dragon Watch, Master of the Phantom Isle, Harriet's Monster Diary, Awfully Anxious, but I Squish It Big Time, Marvin's Monster Diary 2, plus Lissa, ADHD Emotion Explosion, but I Triumph Big Time, The Oracle Sphere, A Thaven Chronicle, Paul, Big and Small, Scars Like Wings, Super Dungeon, The King's Summon, Thunder Girl, The Voyage of the Cosmedia, and Waiting for Fitz. The winner of the Praiseworthy Award for middle grade or young adult is Paul, Big and Small by David Glenn Robb, published by Shadow Mountain. Working on this book were Lisa Mangum, editor, Richard Erickson, designer, Melina Grigg, typesetter, Heidi Gordon, product manager, and Chris Schobinger, product director. Our judges are instructed to select one entry that exemplifies the praiseworthy aspects of publication and media production outlined in their rubric. Occasionally, they find that one other nominee comes in at a close second, so they also award an honorable mention. Our judges decided to award an honorable mention in the middle grade young adult category. It goes to Waiting for Fitz by Spencer Hyde, published by Shadow Mountain. Their team includes Lisa Mangum, editor, Richard Erickson, designer, Rachel Ward, typesetter, Heidi Gordon, product manager, and Chris Schobinger, product director. Well done. Our next category is romance. Here are the nominees. Charlotte's Promise, Finding Anne de Burgh. The Heart of the Rebellion. The Heart of the Vicar. Kit and Elizabeth. The Lady and the Highwayman. Love in Disguise. Love Sidelined. Miss Adeline's Match. A Proper Scandal. And A Song for the Stars. Winning the Praiseworthy Award for Romance is A Song for the Stars by Alima Todd, published by Shadow Mountain. Their team includes Lisa Mangum, editor, Heather Ward and Richard Erickson, designers, Melina Grigg, typesetter, Heidi Gordon, product manager, and Chris Schobinger, product director. We also have an honorable mention for the romance category, The Lady and the Highwayman by Sarah Eden, published by Shadow Mountain. The publication team includes Lisa Mangum, editor, Heather Ward and Richard Erickson, designers, Melina Grigg, typesetter, Heidi Gordon, product manager, and Chris Schobinger, product director. Good work. Next, in the combined category of general fiction, mystery suspense, and historical fiction, we received 10 entries. Deborah, Prophetess of God. The Exalting. Finding Hope. Fire and Steel, Volume 6, Into the Flames. Got Lost. Maggie's Place. Muddy, Where Faith and Polygamy Collide. A Pawn for a King, Ada de Warenne, 1123 to 1178, Queen Mother to the Kings of Scots. Plague. And To Die to Sleep. And the Praiseworthy Award goes to Muddy, Where Faith and Polygamy Collide by Dean Hughes, published by Deseret Book. Muddy was edited by Emily Watts, designed by Richard Erickson, typeset by Melina Grigg. The product manager was Michelle Lippold, and the product director was Celia Barnes. Our judges would like to award an honorable mention to Deborah, Prophetess of God by Heather B. Moore, published by Covenant Communications. Members of the team include Samantha Milburn, editor, Michelle Pipitone, designer, Blair Leishman, audio engineer, Amy Parker, marketing rep, and Tammy Kolkman, sales rep. Congratulations to you all. I'd like to pause here to give a shout out to our judges. The awards committee recruited 3 judges per category, 54 total. Each of those judges has worked in publication or media industries as writers, editors, publishers, teachers, librarians, or creators of audiovisual programming and art. And they're all avid consumers of high quality reading and media. They spent hundreds of hours reading, listening to, and watching our entries to select the ones most deserving of the Praiseworthy Award. Thank you for your fine work, judges. Now, I'd like to introduce a member of our awards committee, Nicole Bay. She has some giveaways for some lucky LDSPMA attendees.
Thanks, Amanda. Hey everyone, I'm Nicole Bay, and I'm on the LDSPMA Praiseworthy Awards Committee. And I have some great books to give away to a few fortunate LDSPMA conference attendees. The winners were chosen from the list of registered conference attendees using a random number generator. All winners will be contacted after the conference for their mailing address so we can mail them their prize. So let's get started. The first book that we have to give away is called Smarter Than a Monster, a Survival Guide. It's by Brandon Mull, illustrated by Mike Walton, and published by Shadow Mountain. And the winner is Brian Carrington. Our next book to give away is called A Song for the Stars. And you notice that this was the Praiseworthy Award winner in romance. It's by Alima Todd, published by Shadow Mountain. And the winner is April Clive. Next, we have Waiting for Fits by Spencer Hyde, published by Shadow Mountain. And this was our honorable mention in middle grade and young adult. And the winner is Jennifer Johnson. Next, we have Deborah, Prophetess of God. This was our honorable mention in fiction. This is by H.B. Moore, published by Covenant Communications. And the winner is Tessa Hoagland. And we have one more for this giveaway, but we do have more giveaways coming up, so stay tuned, all right? So one more for this giveaway, and it is Let Me Tell You My Story, Refugees of Hope, Courage, and Humanity. This is compiled by the organization Their Story is Our Story, and it was published by Familius. And the winner is Andrea Tingey. Congratulations to you 5 winners. We will have more giveaways coming up. Back to you, Amanda.
All right, it's time to move on to nonfiction publications. Our first category is picture book. We were happy to receive these nominees: Dogs versus Ice Cream, Girls Who Choose God, Stories of Extraordinary Women from Church History, Miracles of Jesus, and She Spoke, 14 Women Who Raised Their Voices and Changed the World. The winner of the Praiseworthy Award for Nonfiction Picture Book is Girls Who Choose God, Stories of Extraordinary Women from Church History by MacArthur Krishna and Bethany Brady Spalding, illustrated by Kathleen Peterson and published by Deseret Book. Girls Who Choose God was edited by Tracy Keck, designed by Shauna Gibby, and typeset by Rachel Ward. The product manager was Michelle Lippold, and the product director was Celia Barnes. Beautifully done. Next, we move to the religious topic category. The nominees are The Best Gifts, Seeking Earnestly for Spiritual Power, A Case for the Book of Mormon, From Palm Sunday to Easter Sunday, Journey with Christ Through His Final Days, Holy as You Are. It's not about the bunny, it's about the lamb, keeping a Christ-centered Easter celebration. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, the Witness of the Gospels, Volumes 1 and 2. Live Up to Our Privileges, Women, Power, and Priesthood. The Priesthood Power of Women in the Temple, Church, and Family. And Walking with the Women of the Book of Mormon. The Praiseworthy Award winner for religious topic is Live Up to Our Privileges, Women, Power, and Priesthood by Wendy Ulrich, published by Deseret Book. Members of the production team include Tracy Keck, editor, Shauna Gibby, designer, Rachel Ward, typesetter, Michelle Lippold, product manager, and Lisa Roper, product director. The honorable mention for religious topic goes to A Case for the Book of Mormon by Tad R. Callister, published by Deseret Book. This book was edited by Emily Watts, designed by Heather Ward and Richard Erickson, and typeset by Rachel Ward. The product manager was Michelle Lippold, and the product director was Lisa Roper. Congratulations. Our next category is the combined anthology and resource self-help category. Here are the nominees. Aging Joyfully. Driving Lessons for Life, Thoughts on Navigating Your Road to Personal Growth. The 8 Myths of Marriaging. The Family Edge, Finding Peace in Times of Tragedy. Good Moms Have Scary Thoughts, a healing guide to the secret fears of new mothers. Heard at a Utah Diner, a short stack of humor beyond green Jell-O and sister wives. How to Raise Perfectly Imperfect Kids and Be Okay with It. Joy from Fear. The Little Book of Foster Care Wisdom. One mother to another, be kind to yourself, embrace the good, find joy in the everyday. A Place to Belong. And The Power of Stillness, Mindful Living for Latter-day Saints. And the Praiseworthy Award winner is A Place to Belong, edited and compiled by Ole Reese Fluman and Camille Frank Olson, and published by Deseret Book. Members of the production team include Suzanne Brady and Dirk Koldewin, editors, Shauna Gibby, designer, Melina Grigg and Brianna Anderl, typographers, Kristen Evans and Michelle Lippold, product managers, and Lisa Roper, product director. We'd also like to award an honorable mention for Anthology Resource Self-Help category. Joy from Fear by Carla Marie Manley, PhD, published by Familius. Joy from Fear was edited by Catherine Hale. The cover was designed by David Miles, and the book was designed by Brooke Jordan. Excellent job. Next, we have the combined History, Biography, and Memoir category. We received 5 entries. Bill Marriott, Success is Never Final. Crossings, a bald Asian American Latter-day Saint woman scholar's ventures through life, death, cancer, and motherhood, not necessarily in that order. Insights from a Prophet's Life. The Laie Hawaii Temple, A Century of Aloha. And Mastering American History in 1 Minute a Day. Winning the Praiseworthy Award for History, Biography, and Memoir is Insights from a Prophet's Life by Sherry Dew, published by Deseret Book. Members of the team include Emily Watts, editor, Richard Erickson, designer, Rachel Ward, typesetter, Michelle Lippold, product manager, and Lisa Roper, product director. The honorable mention for this category is Crossings, a bald Asian American Latter-day Saint woman scholar's ventures through life, death, cancer, and motherhood, not necessarily in that order, by Melissa Waite-Sing Inouye, a joint publication of Deseret Book and the Maxwell Institute. The Living Faith acquisition and development editors were Morgan Davis and Tona Hangen. The product director was Lisa Roper, and the product manager was Michelle Lippold. Crossings was edited by Shirley Ricks and Tracy Keck, designed by Heather Ward. The art director was Richard Erickson, and the typesetters were Emily Strong and Rachel Ward. Well done. This year, we have a new nonfiction publication category, the lifestyle category. It was inspired by the many entries we received for cookbooks and activity books. Nominees this year include Bad Day Ice Cream, The Big Book of Family Games, Draw Your Way Through the Book of Mormon, Extreme Garage Science for Kids, General Conference Activity Books, The Munchy Munchy Cookbook for Kids, and Skinny Southern. The winner of the lifestyle category is The Munchy Munchy Cookbook for Kids by Pierre Lemiel, published by Familius. The production team includes Lacey Kupfer-Wolf, editor, and Pierre A. Lemiel and Derek George, cover and book designers. That concludes the text publication portion of our awards today. Now we're moving on to our smaller but growing audiovisual publications. We were pleased this year to receive so many podcast entries in our first media category, audio podcasts. The nominees included Early Homecoming, Insights from Missionaries Who Returned Early, Episode 12, Tammy shares her perspective as a parent and researcher. Early Homecoming, Insights from Missionaries Who Returned Early, Episode 11, Tyson discusses returning home early. Measuring Success Right, episode, Amy Antonelli on vision and purpose. Measuring Success Right, episode, Dr. Greg Hudnall and suicide prevention. Measuring Success Right, episode, Hal Gregerson and questions. Measuring Success Right, episode, Noella and Misan in social innovations. Ministry of Ideas, episode 20, Progressive Souls. Stories of Hope in Hard Times, Richard Paul Evans, Lessons from Brokenness, Bullying, and Tourette's. This is the Gospel, Season 2, Episode 34, Unexpected Friendship. And the winner is, This is the Gospel, Season 2, Episode 34, Unexpected Friendship, produced by LDS Magazine. The production team includes episode producer Sarah Blake, story producer Katie Lambert, story producer, writer, and host Corinne Lay, story editing Danielle Wagner, scoring, mixing, and mastering Mix at 6 Studios and Casey Blake. Storytellers were Sarah Blake, Emily Farmer, Mac Voorhees, and Brian Nixon. The judges awarded an honorable mention in this category to Measuring Success Right, Dr. Greg Hudnall and Suicide Prevention, produced by the Marriott Student Review, with Dr. Greg Hudnall as the guest and Victor Bello as guest host and editor. Great job. Our final category is the audiovisual film category, for which we have 2 prizes. We are pleased to award the Praiseworthy Award for feature-length film to The Fighting Preacher, written and directed by T.C. Christensen and produced by Remember Films. The Fighting Preacher stars David McConnell, Cassidy Hubert, and Scarlett Hazen. The art director was Debbie Farrer, wardrobe director was Jackie Newell, and hair makeup was done by Laurie Vukic. Tanner Christensen was the editor and provided visual effects. Sound design was by Michael McDonough. The line producer was Stephen A. Lee, and the producer was Ron Tanner. The Fighting Preacher was based on the book A Lion and a Lamb by Rand H. Packer. The Praiseworthy Award for short film goes to Winter in Yellowstone. This film was directed, produced, and edited by Yvonne Bass. The assistant director was Sarah Bass Threadgold. Dwayne Bass was the location manager. Anna Marie Bass was the assistant producer, and Will Bass and Cameron Threadgold were production assistants. Congratulations to all of you who worked so hard to make all these works possible and praiseworthy. We're proud of your vision and your hard work. Thank you for your contributions. It's time for some more giveaways. Nicole?
Hey everybody, welcome back to our second session of giveaways. The first book we have is called The Best Gifts, Seeking Earnestly for Spiritual Power by Zachary M. Hutchins, published by Covenant Communications Incorporated. And the winner for this book is Eliana Legakis. Congratulations, Eliana. Our next book is Trial of Faith, Why a Lawyer Abandoned His Mormon Faith, Argued Against It, and Returned to Defend It. This book is by Dusty Smith and Kimiko Christensen Hamari, published by Cedar Fort. The winner is Elizabeth Pinborough. Congratulations, Elizabeth. All right, our next book is called The Priesthood Power of Women in the Temple, Church, and Family. It is by Barbara Morgan Gardner, published by Deseret Book. And the winner is Annalisa Hall. Congratulations, Annalisa. We have another copy of the beautiful Let Me Tell You My Story, Refugee Stories of Hope, Courage, and Humanity. And this copy goes to Ted Finch. Congratulations, Ted. And The last book for this round of giveaways is Idaho, the Gem State, a gorgeous book of photographs of the state of Idaho. Photographs were by Mark Lisk, and this book is published by Familius. And the winner is Leslie Gunn. Congratulations, Leslie. We'll see you in a few minutes for our final giveaway. Back to you, Amanda.
Next on the program is the Praiseworthy Awards for Emerging Author. This is a new contest for unpublished and unagented authors that gives writers a chance to stretch their legs and spread their wings. We invited writers to submit the first 2,500 words of an unpublished work for our judges' consideration. We were overwhelmed with the number of entries we received, and we're pleased with the high quality of those manuscripts. Now, without further ado, we'll begin with the Praiseworthy Awards for Emerging Authors. We'll start with fiction. The first category is fantasy sci-fi. The winner is Crystal Brinkerhoff for her entry, Clever Elsie. Our next category is middle grade and young adult. The winner is Michelle Hubbard for Oscar and the Ghost of Paris. Next, we have picture book. The winner is Dalton Johnson for Show and Tell. In the combined category of general fiction, romance, and mystery suspense, we have a winner and an honorable mention. The winner is Stacy Codner for Weak Spot. And the honorable mention goes to Kimberly Clement for her entry, Fireweed Field. Our last fiction category is historical fiction. The judges have awarded both a winner and an honorable mention. The winner is Lauren Wood for Blades of Wheat and Steel. The honorable mention goes to Mary White for Covello's Summer. In nonfiction, we'll begin with memoir. The winner is Michelle Forstrom for Walking Through Walls. Our next category is religious topic. The winner is Gayla Marie Rosenbert for her entry, Our Savior from Self-Doubt. In resource self-help, the winner is Coral Barajas for No Matter What, whether you choose to stay in your hard marriage or end it, you can find joy. We have one final division of the Emerging Authors Awards, the Young Authors Division. We were thrilled to have 17 of our emerging authors entries sent in by writers younger than 18 years old, with our youngest at 11 years old. This is really exciting. Young authors entries are divided into two categories. For the fiction category, the winner is Alana Frost for her entry called Diane. Many of our young authors sent in poetry, so the winner of the poetry category is Megan Long for her poem, The Tale of the Jelly Beans. We want to congratulate all of our emerging authors and wish them luck in their writing and pursuit of publishing. Now, back to Nicole for our final round of prizes.
Welcome back to our final session of giveaways. We're going to start with this book called Early Homecoming, a resource for early returned missionaries, their church leaders, and family. This book is by Kristen Reber, published by Cedar Fort. And the winner is Samuel Lambert. Next, we have another copy of Trial by Faith, Why a Lawyer Abandoned his Mormon faith, argued against it, and returned to defend it. And this copy is for Carolyn Melby. Congratulations, Carolyn. We have another copy of the beautiful Let Me Tell You My Story, Refugee Stories of Hope, Courage, and Humanity. And this one is for Linda Beathers. Congratulations. And we have two more copies of Idaho, the Gem State. All right, the first copy is for Jennifer Brewer. Congratulations, Jennifer. And the second copy is for Reed Lofgren. Congratulations, Reed. that's all for our giveaways. I hope that you have had a wonderful conference so far and that you continue to enjoy the rest of it. Back to you, Amanda.
The awards committee, judges, and I would like to thank all who entered the Praiseworthy contest. All of our 2020 winners will be posted on our website. We hope you'll watch for our call for submissions for the Praiseworthy Awards and Emerging Author Awards at the beginning of next year, because we want to see your entries. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoy the rest of the LDSPMA conference.